Part 3. The one who blended in. The man on the screen didn't look like a threat. That was the problem. No beard grown for effect. No slogans. No weapons in sight. He wore ordinary clothes. Drove an ordinary car. Paid his bills on time. Had neighbors who described him as quiet and polite. The kind of man people later say they never suspected. The file had been sitting for months. Not ignored, just waiting. Movement had been subtle. Patterns so slow they blended into normal life. Purchases that made sense on their own. Conversations that sounded harmless without context. The kind of preparation that doesn't trigger alarms. Unless you know where to look. He studied the timeline carefully. Nothing explosive. Nothing rushed. This wasn't someone planning a spectacle. This was someone preparing to stay. Embedded. Patient. That told him everything he needed to know. The briefing confirmed what he already suspected. The individual had entered the country legally. Had documentation. Had passed background checks that weren't designed to catch someone like this. He had blended into a community that prided itself on being welcoming. And he had done it well. Too well. There had been a near miss, a routine traffic stop, a landlord complaint, a casual conversation overheard in the wrong place. Any one of those could have exposed him early. Instead, they became data points. Warnings. The man closed the file and leaned back. This wasn't about stopping an attack. Not yet. This was about stopping placement. Once someone like this fully embedded, removing them became exponentially harder. Not because of violence, but because of optics, legality, and hesitation. And hesitation was what they counted on. He moved quietly over the next few days. No sudden contact. No direct surveillance. No pressure. Just observation. He walked streets that felt too normal for what he was doing. Stood in grocery store aisles. Sat in parked cars. Watched routines settle into predictable loops. Normal life, repeating itself. That was always the most dangerous phase. What unsettled him most wasn't the suspect. It was how familiar the strategy felt. The patience. The restraint. The discipline. This wasn't chaos-driven. This was trained. Back home, his wife mentioned something she'd heard on the news. "Did you see that story?" she asked casually. "About the guy they found living a normal life for years?" He nodded. "I did." He didn't tell her that the story wasn't over. He didn't tell her that sometimes, what the public hears is only the moment after someone else has already stepped in. The file updated late that night. One new line. Acceleration detected. He didn't raise his voice. He never did. But for the first time since this began, he knew the window was closing. To be continued, Part 4.